I think all my ducks are in a row here. Let's do some intro music while I explain a few things. Why I'm in this position, we'll get into it right after this intro. All right, welcome everybody to most unexpected expected stream that I knew I was going to have to eventually make. It just so happens that it's going to be today because I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Um Tired of a narrative that's going around. You guys are gonna have to bear with me. I'm not normally um, under the scrutiny that I've been in for the past week or so. While other people, I know, Cinderella. I was supposed to take today off, but you know, when else am I gonna do this? But right now, I don't want to bring up anybody else from DT here, um, because they don't need the stress. All right, I don't even know how to begin this. What's up, everybody? What's up, Con? What's up, Janet? What's up, Kim? What's up, Fuzz? What's up, Newfie, Buttercup, Cinderelli, Mater? What's up? Beachcomber, nice to have you here. Beach is in the house. Ham it up. You made a live. Welcome on in. I did text you, I believe, yesterday, Hammy. What's up, Becky? What's up, Brandon? What's up, Elron the Liar, dudes and chicks? What's up, Melissa? What's up, Wendy? All right, I'm just going to get straight into it. So, Ferry has been making the rounds lately. I hate these drama, bullshit, fucking filled streams. Normally, I'm not a big fan of them. I still am not a big fan of them, but here's where I'm going to squash the drama. All right. Ferry has been going around saying that I let her go because it was a business transaction, a business deal. And she made a lot of comments on Boss Talks that I've been bashing her. I bashed her on 3 streams. I listened to archives that I have. I have all the receipts, so I'm gonna refrain from showing receipts on stream because I do have a little bit of tact, and I don't want to completely destroy Fairy. Okay, I considered a Fairy a friend even after I let her go from the show. But let me give you guys the real truth why I let her go. Right, so we were humming along on DT. We were, having show after good show after good show. But all of a sudden, Fairy started um, trying to angle to protect another streamer, um, against accusations of being a PDF file. And I, at one point, allowed Ferry, after she asked me, can I say something about a certain somebody that was being accused? At the time, I didn't have enough information to know either way whether or not this person was guilty, not guilty. I wasn't in the business of doing that. I'm already paying attention to what Chumley's doing and trying my best to um, figure out what was going on with that. So um hold on a second, I'm going a little robot in my ears here. Uh there we go. So it's so weird. So Fairy decided in her infinite wisdom that it was the right thing to do to go into other chats. And at the time I said 10. That number may be a little low, but um, she would go into other chat rooms and start trouble. If anybody has a problem with this person, they're gonna have to take it up with us, right? Um, Meaning DT. And huh, I, in my infinite wisdom, let Fairy make an announcement um, on the whole situation with the person that she was trying to defend. And at the time, I kind of agreed with it, but my stance is not take a stance. But Fairy was very adamant about it, and she made it known in other chats. And she started a ripple effect of people calling me on it and saying I can't go to your chat if that's the stance that your show is taking. So as I learned more and more, and I should have known better, right? Um, it became very problematic. People were starting to say, well, MLH is this, MLH is that, and some of the things were pretty hurtful, but you know, you can't please everybody all the time. So I soaked on it for a while, and I saw what Fairy was doing in other chats, and I made a decision. All right. I made the decision, and I said this at the time. I said that enough is enough. And I made the decision in my mind right then and there when I saw Fairy in another chat. She had made the rounds in several chats. I made up the number 10, but it very well could have been more. Okay. Um, and I have receipts on that too. Um, I have at least 6 different screenshots. So, if I'm wrong on the number, then I'm wrong on the number. But at the very least, um, there were other people talking, and once something catches on, then people start to believe, right? Happens quite often. It's not any of our faults. We all run with narratives at different times in our lives when we don't have all the information, and you know, we just roll with it. You understand? We just roll with things. So so I'm like, okay, I made the choice. I'm like, I'm gonna mitigate this. I'm going to be as graceful as I can. I'm gonna let Fairy go, but I'm gonna give her an opportunity to say for herself whether or not she wanted to say that she was leaving for whatever reason or whatever the case was. But I was going to give her the opportunity to do that on the following Friday, or that Friday's show, because it was a Wednesday when I let her go. Right. And so I, with a heavy heart, mind you, with a heavy heart, I told her that I was letting her go on Wednesday's show after the show. And she was highly upset. She didn't wanna take me up on my option to, come on Friday's show. She said, "No, while she was crying." Yeah, okay, that's a good point, Cinderella. This is a very, very, good show, a good comment. I'll only say I didn't see or hear any of this. Nobody did. Nobody did. And let me make a correction. It was right before Friday's show that I made the choice, because after the Wednesday show, after she made her announcement on the Wednesday show, she was making rounds, basically puffing her chest, saying nobody's gonna mess with the person that she was protecting. It was Friday's show. Okay. So I made the choice. All right. And so so it was, right? I was graceful. There were five other people in the private chat before we uh went on to that. Well, with the stream with Fair. Well, not stream, with the private conversation that I had with Ferry, and there was no bashing. There was me basically saying why I was upset and why um why I made my decision. I was firm in my decision. I didn't waver. I didn't, I was upset about it just like everybody else on the channel. They knew because I had briefed them because I should brief them. And before the show, I let her go. And that was it. Or so I thought. So as a matter of fact, when I made the announcement, because after Wednesday show, I made the announcement. It was in August. I just if I can get I'd have to look it up, but there were three shows, three separate shows where Ferry was mentioned. She made the announcement on the Wednesday show. I think we had a meeting on Thursday, and on Friday I let her go, and I believe it was that Friday I let her go, and I made a quick and actually I let her go that Thursday, I believe. And I made the announcement because she didn't want to make the announcement. Okay. So, and there's a reason why I'm telling you guys all of this. Okay. There's a reason why I'm doing a separate stream to let you all in on this private, very private information that I tried to uh, uh, I actually tried to um, keep it private. And there was a reason why. Yeah, Wednesday I let her go, and then Thursday I made the announcement. Okay, so we did Wednesday show. We had a meeting after the show. I let her go, and then Thursday I made the announcement, which I look back on that announcement, another narrative that Ferry has been blabbing her fucking mouth. Okay, excuse me if I get a little vulgar here or a little upset because I am upset and I have very good reasons to be upset. Okay, and my anger is directed at Ferry, nobody else. Okay, my anger is directed right at Ferry. So Ferry, I hope you're fucking listening. You and your crony friend, Peace, Love, Sunshine. I hope you're both fucking listening. Okay, because Peace, Love, Sunshine just got on today and decided she wanted to run her fucking mouth. Right? I'm never this way. I'm never heated this way. But there's a fucking reason that I'm heated this way, and I'll get to that in a little bit, okay? I let her go for good reason, and now I know I'm fully justified in letting her go, okay? If she's going to do this type of shit, right? And me being as graceful as I could be, I was firm, but I was fair, and for her to months later, right? Months later, come back and start shit, which started other ripples. And I'm going to talk about those ripples right now. So, because of Fairy's big fat fucking mouth, right? Her big fat fucking mouth, right? It caused someone else to take up for her cause, right? Without the information, right? She only gave a little portion of what really happened, right? She lied, right? She lied and said that I bashed her. She said that I let her go because it was a business deal, which is absolutely laughable. Nobody gets paid on DT, right? As the channel owner, I get a monthly check if I hit $100. Okay. That's the only money that comes in to the show is the money that comes in under the MLH channel. And that includes all my other videos too, not just DT, right? So all this shit is coming in, right? People are texting me, people are emailing me. Did you see what Ferry said? Did you see? And I'm like, no, what's going on? I hadn't heard about Ferry for a long time, for months. And after I made the announcement, and after we did Friday's show in which Ellie came up and made her announcement and briefly mentioned Ferry, not one time from the time that Ferry left the show up until now have I ever said one bad thing about Fairy. And she got up on Boss Talks podcast, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, and decided to say a bunch of nasty things about me, right? And that, my friends, was the straw that broke the camel's back in this instant, because there's more at play here. Because of Fairy's bullshit, Fairy's tour where she went around into different chats, right? Where she went into different chats and decided that, oh, well, MLH was so mean to me. MLH was so mean and did this and that and the other, right? Pretending like she's this little fairy with broken wings, right? That she was so hurt by what I had said, and I kept bashing her and all this. I went back to those streams just to make sure I didn't say anything that could have been misconstrued as bad or mean. And not one time did I ever say anything bad or mean about Fairy in the stream that she made the announcement, in my announcement stream the day after, and in the stream where the first stream where Fairy wasn't a part of DT, or any stream or chat since then? Not one time. If somebody can pull up a receipt of me saying anything bad about Fairy, bring it up. Peace, Love, Sunshine wants to talk about receipts. Where's your receipt, bitch? Where's your receipt? Where's your receipt that I said anything? See, you're listening to Fairy, the big mouth fucking liar. That's what you're listening to and getting all up in a tizzy over on your own fucking stream. And by the way, Peace, Love, Sunshine, why didn't Fairy go up on your panel, on your channel, and tell her quote unquote truth about what happened, what really happened, why she was upset? And why now? Why now, after all these months, right, of me being super graceful, never saying one word about Fairy, why did she have to go to other people's chats? And by the way, this is the real reason why I'm upset, folks. If people don't understand why I'm upset, let me tell you why. Because Fairy, in her infinite wisdom, right, in Fairy's infinite fucking wisdom, decided to go to a certain chat and got that chat, that person's stream up in a tizzy to the point where that person threatened Bernie and my mother by deporting them with ICE. That's why I'm upset. That's why I'm pissed off. Okay? Fairy went around. It's Fairy's fucking fault that someone decided to take it upon themselves to take up for Fairy and white knight for her and decide that it was cool that someone else said that they were going to deport my wife and my fucking mother. You don't get a pass, Fairy. You don't get a fucking pass. And you can take your little fucking crony, Peace, Love, Sunshine, and shove her right up your fucking ass. Okay? You know when it's over? It's over when I say it's over. Not when you decide, not when Peace, Love, Sunshine decides. It's over when I decide it's over, because now I'm having my say in things. I never get this upset. Okay? But Bernie didn't deserve any of this. Okay? Not one fucking word of it. Peace, Love, Sunshine. Why aren't you talking to your little fucking fairy friend about that? Every day that goes by that Fairy is quiet and Peace, Love, Sunshine are quiet about what somebody else said about Bernie and my mother can go fucking right off. Okay? You motherfuckers are complicit. You are complicit, Fairy. Every fucking day that goes by, right? Every fucking day that goes by that you don't say anything, right? And you let people say what those vile and nasty fucking things that they said about Bernie and my mother, you motherfucker. You motherfucker, Fairy. Every fucking second that goes by that you aren't screaming to the high heavens denouncing some bullshit that was said about my mother and my wife, you think it's okay? And peace, love, sunshine, you going over there and saying that I'm the asshole in this whole thing? That you're moving on? Well, you're not moving on until I say you can fucking move on. Nobody is going to fuck with Bernie or my mother in that fashion and get away with it. And Ferry, I blame you. I blame you, Ferry. You're the one that brought this upon me and my family. You are not the person that's opening their mouth and talking like out of their ass. You are. You're the one responsible for this. I'm highly upset, and I never get this way. I've been accused of being a hothead. I've been accused of being stubborn. I've been accused of a bunch of things, but I've never got on air like this. Never, not one time up until right now, because my mom and my wife were threatened. Bernie didn't deserve this. My mother definitely didn't deserve this. Neither one of them have anything to do with this bullshit. But Barry, you decided in your infinite wisdom that it was okay to come out months later and complain about something that didn't exist. I have all the receipts, Ferry. I have screenshots of you in other chats. I have um, five other witnesses that were there when I let you go. Do you remember that, Ferry? Do you forget that? That none of what you said about me being mean to you and saying anything bad about you, now I am, Fairy. Now I think you're a worthless piece of fucking shit. How about that? Now you have something to talk about. Now you have something to go make the rounds with. Okay? Before you did not. Up until this point, you had nothing. Nothing to say because I made it that way because I didn't want it. As a matter of fact, I said a bunch of nice things about you. And Ellie said a bunch of nice things about you too. Oh, and that's another thing. Because of your actions, you got people going around calling Ellie a whore. How's that make you feel, Fairy? Is Ellie a whore? You think that's cool? So not only did you insult my mother, you insulted my wife and one of my best, dearest friends. You hit the trifecta, bitch. The trifecta. You hit and all of my friends. You threw all of my friends under the bus too. All of my companions on DT. Why? Because you were salty. Because you had your fifis hurt. This is real life here, Fairy. You caused my family a lot of pain. A lot of pain. I don't normally get on these streams and say shit about anybody because I don't like to do that. But when you involve my family, and I blame you, Fairy. I blame you for this shit. I blame you, Fairy. Your feelings are hurt about being let go, and I understand that, Fairy. You can be salty, you can be mad, you can be whatever. But one thing you can't do is you can't sully my reputation. And I'll be damned if you're going to bring my family into it. I'll be goddamned, Fairy. Dougie was a good friend of yours, Fairy, and you let him down. You let all of us down. We all cared for you, Fairy. We all loved you. This wasn't a business deal. None of you were making money. Where the fuck did that narrative come from? Everybody loved you, Fairy. Nobody, even the chatters afterwards, other than the ones that were saying that you were saying things in other chats that were causing issues. and they were going to leave because of things that you said. You are a problem. You're a problem, Fairy. And you're causing me a lot of problems right now. Every day that goes by that see, you wanted me to bend the knee and apologize to you, Fairy. For what? For what? For letting you go from the show? It's my show. I decide who goes and who stays. I know that sounds arrogant and bullshitty, but it's not. I have this is my livelihood, Fairy. I never said it was a business deal. Not once. Start dragging my family into it, we got an issue. Go over some more points here. Hold on. Mm, went over that. Hmm. I do think it's kind of weird that all these months later, Fairy, you come back and you start making the rounds and you start talking shit and lies about me. I could handle that. But what did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen, Fairy? Did you think this was going to endear you to anybody? Look at where you're at now. You're left with a teeny tiny corner of the internet with peace, love, sunshine. Well, I can hold my head up high. I know what happened. And so does everybody else, Fairy. Everybody else, including the person that you tried to get to go after me. They know too. It's all that vitriol about deporting my mom, Bernie, causing me angst while I'm just sitting here not saying anything. All this time, Fairy, I didn't say not one word bad about you. Not once. I had a stream where I explained things. It was about 11 minutes long, where I said complimentary things. What's your motive, Fairy, to lie? What's your motive to lie and cause division? Is the internet that important to you, Fairy? That you would cause two innocent people, my mother and my wife, to be deported for what? By the way, my mother and Bernie are white and are citizens, born right here in the United States of America, Fairy. You claim to be a leftist, a progressive. Are you really? Are you really, Fairy? Go real life with me, and this is not cool. Not cool. I hate being put in this position, Fairy, but you forced my fucking hand. You have my number. Any given time, you could have called me. You could have texted me, right? But now I'm glad. I'm glad because you know what? Eventually, people always show who they are, Fairy. Eventually, everyone shows their true face. You showed everybody who you are. I agree with you, CBF. YouTube is mostly a volunteer thing. It's more of a friends have fun thing and support someone they like. 100%. It's total BS what I went through, Fairy. Total BS. I don't blame anybody else, but I blame you. You are the one that caused this. You are the one to make me feel this way. Total B shit bullshit. I'm gonna mention this, Fairy. I don't normally do this, and I'm not doing it to make anybody feel bad, um, or anything, but I remember, Fairy, a time when you were suffering, and I hate to see anybody suffer, and I helped you out. Did I not, Fairy? Did I not help you out with a little bit of money? Not a lot. Did I? Did I, Fairy? You know why? Because I considered you a friend. And anybody who knows me knows that I will do anything for my friends. I give a lot, Fairy. But one thing I'm not going to give to you anymore is any more time. After I'm done here, it's over with. You can live in your squalor. You can live in the destruction that you wrought, not me. You did this to me. It's disgusting. You got me doing something that I've never done, Fairy. I've never done this. I hate to bring this to the audience, but what choice did you leave me? You think by going on to other people's streams like Boss Talks and talking all kinds of shit and trying to get people, to believe your false narrative that I was mean to you and I bashed you for 3 days straight when it wasn't true was actually going to hold weight? I waited, Fairy. I waited for you to say something, to denounce the rhetoric in public, to do something and not be a coward. And you didn't do it. You didn't do it, Fairy. You talk about deportation, that it's wrong, Fairy. Why didn't you stop this? Why didn't you stop it when Bernie was being threatened with deportation by ICE or my mom? Why didn't you say anything? You didn't say anything in chat. You didn't say anything in public. You didn't say anything in Peace, Love, Sunshine's chat. She didn't say anything. Why is that, Fairy? Why is that? I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm lashing out because I have no choice, Fairy. Every day that went by, every day that went by. Fairy, why why didn't you stop it? Why didn't you stop it when they said Ellie should off herself? Why didn't you say anything when they called Ellie a whore? Why? You want receipts, Peace, Love, Sunshine? These are the receipts. I'm leaving them here. Pretty pathetic. I'm sorry to bring this to all of you. Sorry that I had to be on this stream to protect my family, to talk about one particular piece of shit that decided it was okay to try to pit people against me and my family. I have a good community here, a bunch of good people in chat that just want one thing. We want to see Chumley go to jail. Fairy, you're no longer part of my community. You're not welcome here no more. So go ahead, make the rounds, go talk to more people to try to pit them against me. A lot of people can see through your bullshit, Fairy. And a lot of people did see through your bullshit. When you go on other channels, and Boss Talks, I know you're in there. I'm not talking shit about you or your channel. I never have. This is a good community of people here. These people are good and righteous and always try to do the right things as far as I can tell. And I'm the same way. The same way. I always try to do the right thing, Fairy. I always try to do the right thing for other people. I never bring other people's family into it. I love this community, Fairy. And you're not going to destroy it, neither is your friend, Peace, Love, Sunshine. You fucked with my wife, my mother, my friends. And what am I supposed to do? Stand by while you run roughshod over everybody's panels and talk all kinds of fucking lies and bullshit? I'm not doing that, Fairy. I always try to take the high road, but today was not that day. And right now you're making me miss me watching my Denver Broncos game, Fairy. Kind of salty about that too. Not dealing with you anymore, Fairy. Don't show up here. You're not welcome here anymore. I know how you feel about me. I know how you feel about my family. Every day that goes by, like I said, is just another day that you stayed quiet like a little fairy in the corner. As far as I'm concerned, that's where you belong. You belong to be in a corner, fairy. You did a lot of wrong to a lot of people. So maybe the next tour that you do when you go talking shit is maybe you need to apologize, not me. I'm not bending the knee to anybody, fairy. When I make mistakes, I come out and say I made mistakes. I'm a man. Tired of this shit. Tired of you fucking running your mouth over and over to people, making them think that I'm somebody who I'm not. If anybody was wondering about receipts, if I have to, I'll put them in post. If anything that my community knows is that I'm not a liar. Okay? I have I have screenshots of you, Fairy, in other chats stirring up shit months later. I have screenshots of you bashing me. I have screenshots of it all. So if anybody calls me on it, if you want to call me on it, I'll fucking put them in a post. I'm not afraid to do that. I'd rather not. I'd rather let you just slink into a corner like the slime bag that you are and just stay there quiet. That's what I'd rather have. If you want to go that route, I'll go that route. I have the stream where you made a declaration. I have the stream where I made the announcement. And I have the stream after where Ellie was on at the beginning. And not one of those streams, Fairy, did I or Ellie ever bash you like you said we did. You said we did 3 streams to bash you. Give me the receipts, Fairy, because I have them. I have them, Fairy. You do not. So, my advice, flitter away into a corner. And peace, love, sunshine. This is what I call the woodshed. And I'm pretty sure that Fairy got a beating for the ages, metaphorically speaking. Not a violent man. I don't like it either, Swan, and I hate this. I hate this for all of you. I hate it. But when somebody threatens your wife and your mother and your friends, and it's all because of fucking Fairy pitting people against each other, that's what I got an issue with. I'm sorry to take up part of your Sunday, everybody. I hope you guys all have a great day. Um, I would do my normal ending, but I don't really feel like it today, y'all. I hope you guys have a great day. I love you all. I'm not going to mention this shit anymore. I'm not going to take any questions. If somebody wants to email me and they have a particular question, be more than happy to handle it that way. Um, because I know people are going to have questions and they're going to be wondering certain things, whatever. I understand. But let me just say this. I am a human being. I have feelings. I have emotions. I know I don't show that a lot. I care about people, deeply care about people. I think most people are good in the world, but we got a few bad seeds. And Fairy, you're a bad seed. Have a good day, everybody. Have a great one. I'll see you all tomorrow on another stellar edition of DT, where we will not be talking about Fairy or any of this bullshit. Later, everybody.